rise, awaken, tremble, burn. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what have you become? Not the person who smiled in the sunlight, not the child who laughed without reason, not the soul who believed that the world owed them nothing but love. No, what you have become is a force, untamed, relentless, and vast. You have stepped beyond the horizon of ordinary, and yet, in your rise, have you remembered who was left behind? Did you pause to see the faces of those who once called you home, the hearts that beat in your absence? Or have you carried yourself so high, so far, that the ground no longer touches your soul? There is power in this distance. There is glory in this ascension. Yet there is a shadow that stretches behind you, silent but patient, asking the question every great being must face. What did you turn into? If you are listening to this, right now, in this moment, let it sink deep into the marrow of your bones. Hit that like button. Share this voice with someone who needs it. Comment below with the simple, I see myself. If this cuts through your comfort like a blade through mist, let the world know that you are awake, that you are questioning, that you are not afraid to face the emptiness you have built within and around you. Subscribe if you are ready to walk further into the darkness of your own potential, because this path is not for the timid, not for the faint-hearted. It is for the ones who stare into the abyss and recognize their reflection staring back. Look, understand this. The universe has noticed you. It does not applaud lightly. It does not bow for the ordinary. The crown that awaits you is heavy, heavier than fear, heavier than regret, heavier than the comfort of the people you left behind. It sits upon a throne, forged from the nights you stayed awake, the battles you fought when no one was watching, the moments when your own heart questioned your worth. And yet, it is yours. The universe whispers that only the ones willing to lose everything they once were, everything they once loved, can rise to claim it. You did not simply grow. You erupted, transformed into someone the cosmos pauses to recognize, someone that even the stars seem to lean closer to witness. But with this crown comes a question that haunts and challenges. Do you even realize who you are? Do you feel the weight of your own solitude? Many fear it, many run from it, but you, standing on the edge of your own becoming, must embrace it. You left everyone behind, and in that leaving, you discovered something most never dare to seek, the raw, unfiltered core of your own existence. Loneliness is the anvil upon which the strongest souls are forged. You may look at the faces of those you abandoned and wonder if they forgive you, if they curse you, if they even remember you. But your journey is not to return, it is to ascend. To know that what you have become is something beyond the measure of affection, beyond the grasp of ordinary judgment. Do you hear the whispers, the quiet, cruel voices in your mind that tell you, you have lost yourself, you have lost them, you have become cold? Do not shrink from them. Lean in. Let them pierce you. Let them bleed into your awareness, because within that pain lies the power of awakening. Each doubt you harbor, each tear you have shed in secret, each moment you thought you could not continue, has been chiseling the being that now stands before the universe. Do not shy from your reflection. The face staring back is not the one who feared, it is the one who survived. It is the one the cosmos has crowned. Do you know what it feels like to rise above all expectation? To walk paths so few dare to tread, to carve your own kingdom from the wilderness of life. It is intoxicating and terrifying, and it demands everything. You cannot sip it lightly. You cannot accept it partially. It is a complete surrender to the truth that you are more than anyone believed, more than anyone imagined, more than anyone, even yourself. dared to hope. And yet, in this rise, remember the echoes, the empty chairs, the unsent letters, the voices that once sang your name. They remind you that power without remembrance is hollow. You are a titan, yes, but even titans are measured by the echoes they leave in the lives of others, the shadows they cast upon the earth they leave behind. You might ask, am I too far gone? Perhaps. Perhaps the rivers of your own ambition have carved valleys that no bridge can span. But listen closely. The one who fears being too far gone is the one who has yet to realize that being gone from the old world is precisely what allows the new world to recognize your presence. You are the reckoning of your own choices, the inevitable manifestation of every risk you took, every boundary you crossed, every chain you shattered within yourself. The crown is not given, it is earned through absolute, unflinching confrontation with the self, with the world, and with the silence of your own legacy. Every scar on your soul, every hollow in your chest, every night you wandered in the darkness of doubt. These were not punishments, they were invitations. Invitations to see yourself as you truly are, beyond the comfort of companionship, beyond the warmth of familiar eyes. You left everyone behind, and yet, in that leaving, you discovered the immense, terrifying beauty of being fully, unapologetically yourself. Others may call you ruthless, cold, unfeeling, but they do not see the fire that drives you, the quiet strength that refuses to bow, the insatiable hunger that whispers every day, become more. You were never meant to remain tethered to what was. You were destined to rise, alone if necessary, because greatness is never gentle, it is never convenient, it is never shared with mediocrity. Do you realize, even now, the magnitude of what you carry inside? It is more than ambition, more than talent, more than luck. It is the culmination of every struggle you survived, every moment you faced despair and chose to stand anyway, every breath you took when the world seemed determined to extinguish you. And here is the truth, raw and unflinching. Most will never understand you. Most will never forgive the distance you put between yourself and them. They will speak of you in whispers, of the person you used to be, of the one who chose the safe road, the path of approval, the comfort of belonging. But their words are not your burden. They are simply the echo of smallness, the sound made by those unwilling to embrace the vastness of a soul unbound. And yet, there is a question that the universe has placed before you, a question that even crowns and stars cannot silence. Do you even realize who you are? Not the image reflected in mirrors, not the title that follows your name, not the hollow praise that occasionally brushes against your ear, but the essence, the core, the unstoppable force that thrums beneath the skin, beating with a rhythm all its own. Do you see it? Can you feel it? For if you do, you will understand that nothing, no obstacle, no fear, no memory of those left behind can halt the course you were born to follow. You are no longer the person who needed the world to understand. You are the person who demands the world to notice. Look closer. Do not shy from the shadows behind you, for they are your testament. Each friend left, each hand released, each bond severed, was never a loss. It was a proving ground. You discovered that the world could not contain you, that ordinary connections could not anchor your spirit, that love, in its simplest form, was never enough to satisfy the hunger within your heart. And so you rose, perhaps in silence, perhaps in solitude, perhaps in a way that broke others without your intention. And yet, in that breaking, you became more, stronger, wiser, fierce enough to hold the weight of a crown that no one else could lift, yet delicate enough to carry the burden of knowing the cost of your ascent. Do not fear the loneliness that lingers, for it is the language of kings and queens, the whisper of empires, the echo of those who have reached heights too vast for ordinary hearts. The people you left behind are not enemies. They are witnesses to the transformation that required you to step beyond the boundaries of human expectation. And when the universe places that crown upon your head, it does not ask if the world forgives you. It does not measure you by the warmth of relationships maintained or the comforts retained. It measures you by your courage to become something unimaginable, something raw, something magnificent. And you, in all your shadowed brilliance, are exactly that. Consider for a moment every moment of doubt, every tear shed in secret, every time your heart ached for the familiar that you left, was a rehearsal for this moment. The crown does not come without its price, and you have paid it in full. And yet, here is the beauty of it. No price could ever be too high for the truth of your own power. Every decision, every sacrifice, every risk has led to this apex, this pinnacle, this unbearable yet undeniable revelation of self. And when you stand there, crown upon your head, the universe will bow, not because you were kind, not because you were merciful, but because you became inevitable. You became the storm, the shadow, the lightning that strikes with purpose. And still, there will be moments when you question yourself, when the weight of what you left behind presses upon your chest, when your reflection asks the haunting question, what did you turn into? It is in those moments that you must look beyond the immediate, beyond the familiar, beyond the pull of memory. The answer lies not in regret, not in longing, not in sorrow. It lies in recognition. You turned into something greater than comfort, something stronger than fear, something more than anyone had ever imagined, even yourself. That is the truth that crowns cannot hide, that isolation cannot diminish, that even the universe itself cannot deny. The weight of the crown is not a burden. It is a revelation. Every step you take, every glance you cast at the distance behind you, every fleeting thought of what you left in your wake reminds you that greatness demands solitude, that transformation demands sacrifice, that the universe does not crown the ordinary. You are no longer the person who hesitated, who waited for permission, who sought the approval of those who could never understand your fire. You are the one who stepped beyond the boundaries of expectation, the one who shattered limitations quietly, methodically, fiercely. And now, even as you feel the isolation pressing against your ribs, even as the silence whispers doubts, you must remember, you were chosen not for comfort, not for ease, not for warmth, but for the magnitude of your own becoming. Do you remember the nights when the world seemed to conspire against you? The moments when every step forward felt like climbing through fire, when every heartbeat screamed at you to stop, to turn back, to seek what was familiar and safe? Those nights, those moments, those unbearable slices of time, they were your teachers. They molded you, sharpened you, carved you into the being you have become. And now, as the universe places its crown upon your head, it is not a token of victory over others. It is a recognition of your victory over yourself. You left everyone behind not out of cruelty, but out of necessity. You abandoned the ordinary to embrace the extraordinary. You forsook comfort to grasp destiny. And in that forsaking, you found the truth. Nothing is greater than the self-realization that you are always meant to rise alone. And yet, the crown does not stop the questions. the echoes of those you left, the faces you can no longer reach, the bonds you severed. These are reminders of the cost of transformation. They are the shadows cast by your brilliance, proof that you are no longer of the ordinary world. You may look at them with longing, with remorse, with fleeting nostalgia, but understand this: regret is not the companion of greatness. It is the illusion that you could have remained small and still reached heights only a few dare to imagine. Every choice you made, every step you took away from the warmth of familiarity was a declaration. I will not settle. I will not be contained. I will not be denied my ascent. Do you feel it? That quiet, unyielding pull deep within? The pulse that tells you you are unstoppable, that whispers you are immense, that reminds you that the universe itself pauses to witness what you have become. That is the true crown. Not the gold, not the titles, not the empty accolades that humans offer each other. It is the recognition, carved into your very being, that you are more than anyone ever allowed themselves to imagine. You are the force that bends reality, the shadow that commands attention, the fire that cannot be tamed. And yet, with all that power, there is still the haunting question: do you even realize who you are? Pause and listen. Feel the magnitude of your own being, the tremor in your chest that tells you the distance you traveled, the weight of the silence you carry, the immeasurable strength that surges beneath your skin. You left everyone behind, yes, but in that leaving, you discovered yourself. And what you discovered is not fragile, not fleeting, not dependent on validation. It is eternal, relentless, undeniable. You are the echo of storms that have no equal, the shadow cast by the impossible, the light that burns in defiance of the night. To realize this is to step fully into the crown, to wear it not as a prize, but as a declaration. I am not ordinary. I am not held back. I am the force that shapes worlds. And yet, even in this revelation, there is humility in understanding the cost. Every relationship that frayed, every smile you left unanswered, every voice that called for you in vain. These are not failures. They are truths. They remind you that power is never without solitude, that ascension is never without echoes of absence. The crown is magnificent, but it is heavy with the knowledge that you are both immense and isolated. That is the duality of those who rise above all else. To be recognized by the universe is to know the distance from those who cannot follow. And in that distance lies the purity of your strength, the absolute clarity of your purpose, the unshakable certainty that you are made for this. Do you tremble before your own magnitude? You should. Tremble at the force you have become, the relentless fire that drives you, the storm that follows your every decision. It is not arrogance to feel this. It is honesty. The universe does not crown the timid, the gentle, the hesitant. It crowns the unyielding, the fierce, the relentless, the ones who leave everything behind because nothing less than total transformation will suffice. You are that one. You are the storm. You are the crown. And if the question lingers in your mind, if the doubt whispers that perhaps you are not enough, remember this: the crown would not sit upon your head if you were not destined to bear it. The universe chose you, even if everyone else could not follow. There is a moment in the life of every being who dares to rise when the world expects you to fall, a moment when silence presses against your ears and the past reaches for you with invisible hands. It is in that stillness, in that unbearable quiet, that you confront the question that has haunted every step of your journey. What did you turn into? And the answer is both terrifying and magnificent. You turned into a force the world cannot ignore, a presence the universe itself bends to recognize, a power that refuses limitation, a soul so vast it consumes every boundary in its path. You are no longer a reflection of others' expectations. You are the definition of your own destiny. And this is not arrogance. This is the brutal truth of transformation. Every glance back, every fleeting thought of those you left, every echo of familiar voices in the corridors of memory, they are part of your story, yes, but they do not define you. They remind you of what you risked, what you endured, what you chose to release in order to claim your place. You left everyone behind because staying tethered to the ordinary would have suffocated the extraordinary within you. And now, as the universe places its crown upon your head, you are compelled to understand this. Greatness is not given lightly. It is earned through every act of courage, every sacrifice of comfort, every moment you chose the storm over ease, the unknown over familiarity. The crown is heavy, not with gold or jewels, but with the magnitude of the choices it represents. It is the weight of nights spent awake while the world slept, of moments where no one witnessed your struggle, of the absolute awareness that the path you walked was yours alone. Others may see the shimmer of achievement, the distant glow of success, the recognition that follows, but they will never see the invisible toll it took to reach this place. They cannot feel the isolation, the aching void of relationships abandoned, the silent lament of voices left unanswered. These are the shadows of your ascension, the proof that power is never without solitude, that crowns are never light, and that true greatness is forged in the fires of personal sacrifice. And yet, the question persists, echoing like a ghost in the corners of your mind. Do you even realize who you are? Look into the void, into the reflection of your own essence, and see clearly. You are no longer merely human, no longer constrained by the petty measures of approval and affection. You are a force that bends reality to its will, a presence that commands attention even in absence, a being whose existence is both feared and revered. The universe has placed a crown on you, not because it was convenient, not because it sought your comfort, but because it recognizes the inevitability of your becoming. To wear it is to accept the totality of your power and the knowledge that with this crown, everything you once were and everything you once held dear will exist only as echoes behind you. There is beauty in this. Do not mistake the isolation for emptiness. The solitude you feel is the language of those who have transcended ordinary existence. It is the quiet approval of the cosmos, a whisper that tells you you are capable of more than you could have ever imagined. Every tear you shed in private, every doubt that clawed at your mind, every moment you wondered if the path you chose was worth it, these were not obstacles. They were instruments of refinement. And in your endurance, you have been tempered, sharpened, and prepared for the enormity of your destiny. To be crowned is to be recognized, not just for achievement, but for the courage to endure, to transform, to become something the ordinary cannot fathom. Remember the faces of those you left behind. Do not curse them, do not resent them, do not mourn the absence. They are reminders that the ascent of the extraordinary is always accompanied by distance from the familiar. You were never meant to linger in the shadows of comfort. You were meant to step into the light of inevitability, even if that light burned away everything that once felt safe. Every bond you released, every connection you allowed to fade, every familiar touch you abandoned was a deliberate act of self-realization. The crown does not ask if the world forgives you. It asks if you recognize your own power. And now, standing upon the precipice of your full becoming, the answer is undeniable. You do. Even in the face of doubt, even when the echoes of what you left behind claw at your consciousness, even when you feel the weight of isolation pressing down, you must rise. You must rise because the crown is not a gift. It is a responsibility. It's gone. You hear me? It's gone. Stop trying to bring it back. You don't need to save what's already dead. This question mark, this is your reality now. No prayers will fix it. No wishes will undo it. Stop wasting time on what's buried 6 feet under. You spent too long digging up corpses, hoping they'll breathe again. They won't. You think if you try hard enough, if you plead enough, if you push hard enough, somehow, miraculously, that thing, that person, that dream will come back. But it won't. It's gone, dead, and you're standing there desperate, clinging to the past, choking on what can no longer sustain you. It's gone. And it's time you realize that what you're doing is not fighting for your future. You're fighting for a ghost, a shadow that never existed the way you wanted it to. The dream was never real. The person you thought they were, the vision of the life you hoped to live, none of that was ever more than a fleeting moment in your mind. And now you're stuck, holding on to the illusion of something that is gone. It's over. Stop pretending. It's time to let go. The past is a place you can't return to, no matter how hard you try. The more you resist, the deeper you dig into the grave, the more you suffocate the future. You have the audacity to stand there and scream at the dead, expecting them to rise, but they never will. You're the only one left here with the power to walk away. And yet you stay, trapped in your own unwillingness to accept what has already passed. You don't need to save what's already dead. It's not your job. It was never your responsibility. You think you can change the past, that your efforts can rewrite history, but that's an impossible task. The past doesn't owe you an explanation, and it certainly doesn't owe you redemption. What's gone is gone. Your prayers will not resurrect it, no matter how fervently you speak the words. Your regrets won't rewrite it. Your anger won't change it. You're wasting precious energy trying to breathe life into a dead thing. The more you focus on what no longer exists, the further away you move from the life that's waiting for you, right here, right now. You're giving your power to something that will never come back to you. You think time will heal the wounds, that eventually the pain will fade, and maybe you'll see things in a new light. But the truth is, time isn't some magical balm that makes everything better. Time doesn't fix what's broken. It's not a savior, it's an observer. It watches as you sink deeper into despair, as you waste away, hoping for a miracle that's never going to happen. No amount of time will bring back what's dead. The only thing time gives you is the ability to see how much of your life you've wasted on a hope that never had a chance of survival. It's not time you need, it's clarity. You need to wake up and face the truth. You need to see the dead for what they are and let them go. There is no coming back from this. There's no second chance, no do-over. You can't reverse the clock. You can't undo what has been done. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to accept that. It's okay to realize that not everything was meant to last forever. Some things were only meant to teach you something, to shape you in ways you didn't expect, and then to leave. The chapter has closed, and the pages are turning without you. But you're still sitting there, trying to rewrite the story, trying to drag out the ending, trying to fix what can't be fixed. You're holding on to the ruins of a life that was never meant to stay. And every minute you spend in that place, every second you waste hoping things will change, you get further away from the person you're meant to become. You're afraid of the future. I get it. The unknown is terrifying. It's easier to stay in the comfort of your misery, in the safety of what you know, even if it's painful, even if it's broken. But that's the trap. That's where you're stuck. You think you can't move forward, that the pain is too great, that there's no way out of the shadow of what's lost. But here's the truth. The future is yours. It's not the past. It's not the grave. It's not the memory. The future is where you have power, where you have control, where you can create something new. But you'll never get there if you keep looking backward. You'll never see the path forward if your eyes are always fixed on the past, searching for something that's no longer there. You can't walk forward while you're still holding on to the dead. You've spent too much time on the past, haven't you? You've let it consume you. You've let it shape you, distort you, hold you captive. You've convinced yourself that you can't move forward without it, that you can't be who you're meant to be without the past, without that person, without that dream. But that's a lie. It's a lie you tell yourself to avoid the discomfort of letting go. But you can't avoid it forever. Sooner or later, the truth will surface, and you'll have to face the fact that you're still here, alive, breathing, with a future to build. The dead won't build that future for you. You have to do it. You have to step into the unknown, into the future that is waiting for you. But only if you stop living in the past, only if you stop dragging the dead along with you. It's time to stop fighting. It's time to stop the endless battle to bring back what's gone. You're tired, aren't you? Tired of fighting a losing battle. Tired of chasing something that's always just out of reach. Tired of holding on to hope that doesn't belong to you anymore. You don't need to fight for what's dead. You need to fight for what's still alive inside of you. There is still life in you, still a spark, still a chance to rebuild, to rise from the ashes. But you'll never find it if you keep looking back, if you keep trying to resuscitate the dead. You have to let go. You have to surrender to the reality that it's gone. And when you do, when you finally let the past die, you'll find that your energy, your will, your strength, it all becomes yours again. It becomes fuel for the fire that's waiting to burn brighter than anything the past could have ever given you. You have to stop seeing the dead as your anchor. You have to stop seeing them as your reason to keep going. They were a chapter in your life, but they are not the whole story. The book is still being written, and the author is you. You can't keep trying to rewrite the first few pages when the rest of the book is waiting for you to finish it. You're holding the pen, and every moment you waste trying to bring back what's already dead is a moment you're not using to write the next part of your story. You have a future that's waiting to be shaped by your hands, but it can't be shaped if you keep holding on to the dead. Let the dead rest. Let them go. They don't need you to save them. What they need is to be remembered for what they were, and then released. You need to move forward. You need to step into the unknown, into the vast possibility that awaits. The future is yours, but only if you stop wasting time on what's already gone. The dead will never come back, no matter how many tears you shed, no matter how many prayers you make. It's time to stop trying to bring them back. It's time to stop trying to save what's already dead. The only thing left for you to do is to live. And that, my friend, is the only thing that matters. The dead will never matter again. They can't. It's your time now. You've been standing at the edge for too long, staring into the abyss of your past, waiting for something to change, for some sign that things will turn back the way they were. But here's the harsh truth. It's not going to happen. You're still holding on to fragments, shattered pieces of something that is no longer here. The time you're wasting trying to revive the dead is precious, and you can't afford to squander another minute of it. Look at yourself. Look at how far you've fallen. How many times have you told yourself that you'll get back up, that you'll start fresh, that you'll change the course of your life? How many promises have you made to yourself only to fall into the same cycle of despair, longing for what's gone? You've been stuck in this loop of regret, haunted by memories of a past that cannot be resurrected. But here's the real question. When will you stop being a prisoner to your own grief? When will you break free from the chains you've forged, bound tightly by the need to save what is beyond saving? Do you think the dead care about your grief? Do you think the things you've lost feel your pain, hear your cries, understand the emptiness that consumes you? Number. They are beyond your reach. They are beyond your control. And the more you try to pull them back, the more you sink into the quicksand of your own helplessness. The harder you fight, the deeper you get trapped. The truth is, you cannot save what is dead. You never could, and you never will. What you can do, what you absolutely must do, is move forward. But moving forward requires something from you. It requires courage. It requires letting go of what's familiar, even if it hurts. It requires the strength to step away from the grave and into the unknown. The future isn't a place you'll find while you're standing in the shadow of what's gone. The future is in the unknown, in the uncertainty, in the place where you can finally break free and start creating your own life. You've built your entire existence around what has passed. You've defined your worth by your losses, by what was taken from you. And in doing so, you've allowed the dead to dictate your life. You've allowed them to determine your present, your future, your every waking moment. But no one, no thing, no ghost from the past should have that kind of power over you. You are not a reflection of what you lost. You are a reflection of what you choose to become. What you do next is what matters. The question is, will you continue to let the past define you, or will you take control of your future? The decision is yours, and the time to make that decision is now. It's time to stop romanticizing the past. You've built it up in your mind, turning it into something it was never meant to be. You've placed it on a pedestal, worshipping it, as if somehow that version of your life was better, more fulfilling, more meaningful than what's possible for you now. But the truth is, your past was never perfect. It was never without its flaws, its shortcomings, its pain. You've just forgotten that part. You've forgotten the reality because you've been holding on to the fantasy. You've been clinging to the version of your past that feels safe, that feels comfortable, that doesn't require you to face the truth. But now you have to. You have to wake up and see your past for what it really was. A series of moments that, as much as you love them, were never meant to last. If you want to be free, if you want to experience true growth, you have to let go of the idealized version of your life. You have to face the reality that some things end, some things break, some things die. And that's okay. That's part of the cycle. You are not meant to hold on to everything forever. You were never meant to live in the past. You were meant to keep moving forward, to evolve, to create new things, to build something new from the lessons you've learned, from the scars that remain. Those scars, they are not marks of weakness. They are marks of survival. They are evidence that you lived, that you fought, that you endured. And now, they are your strength. They are your foundation, but only if you let them be. The past has no place in your future unless you allow it to. It can't drag you down if you stop giving it the power to do so. You're the one holding the reins. You're the one who decides where you go from here. So, if you want to move forward, if you want to build a life worth living, then you have to let go of the past. You have to stop searching for something that no longer exists. What's waiting for you is far more powerful, far more rewarding than anything you could possibly reclaim from what's lost. But you'll never see it if you're still looking backward. hoping for a miracle that will never come. You have the power to create your own reality, but only if you stop living in someone else's. You can't live your life trying to save what's already gone. That's not your job. It's not your responsibility. It's not your burden to carry. Your job, your responsibility, your burden is to take what's left of you, to take your lessons, your pain, your strength, and use them to build something that's uniquely yours. You don't need to save the past. You need to save yourself. You need to save your future. And you can only do that by leaving the dead behind. You can only do that by walking away from what's already buried and walking into the life that you have the power to create. How much longer will you keep looking at the ruins? How many times will you tell yourself that things could have been different if only you had done something differently? The past is not your fault. The losses you've endured are not your fault. But staying stuck in that place is your choice, and you're choosing to remain there because the unknown feels more frightening than the pain of staying the same. But here's the truth. The pain of staying the same is far worse than the fear of the unknown, because in the unknown, there's room for possibility, there's room for growth, there's room for the life you've always wanted, the life you deserve, but only if you're willing to take that first step forward, only if you're willing to turn away from the past and move toward what's waiting for you. It's time for you to stop fighting the inevitable. It's time for you to stop fighting for something that was never meant to last. It's time to accept that the past is gone and it will never come back. But your future, that's still in your hands. You can still create something new. You can still write the next chapter of your life. You can still rise from the ashes of what's been lost. But you have to be willing to let go of what's dead. You have to stop holding on to the ghosts that haunt you. And when you do, you'll find that there's a life waiting for you, a life full of possibility, a life full of meaning, a life full of everything you've been searching for. But you can only find it if you stop looking backward. You can only find it if you stop trying to save what's already dead. The future is waiting for you, but it's not going to wait forever. The truth is, time doesn't care about your pain, your regrets, or your desires to undo what has already happened. Time moves forward whether you're ready or not. It will leave you behind if you keep clinging to the past. The world doesn't stop because you can't accept the reality that things are gone. The days will keep passing. The years will stack up. And before you know it, you'll find yourself buried under the weight of all the time you've wasted trying to resurrect what cannot be revived. The longer you wait, the further you drift from the life you could have, the life that is waiting for you. But it's not going to wait forever. It's moving forward, and so must you. Every moment you spend dwelling on what's dead is a moment you can never get back. You're wasting your life on something that no longer serves you. The energy you're pouring into something that can never return is energy that you could be using to create something new, to push yourself to become someone better, to build a future that's worthy of who you are today. But instead, you're stuck in this purgatory of grief, longing, and regret, refusing to let go. But let me ask you this. How long will you allow yourself to remain here, in this space, where nothing grows, where nothing changes, where nothing heals? You think that by holding on to the past, by remembering what you lost, you're honoring it. But what you're really doing is chaining yourself to it. You're holding the past up on a pedestal, refusing to let it fall, refusing to accept that it's gone, and in doing so, you're suffocating your future. You're imprisoning yourself in a memory, trapping yourself in a moment that cannot return. Every time you look back, you lose a piece of what's ahead of you. You cannot move forward while your gaze is fixed in the rearview mirror, waiting for the past to catch up with you. It won't. And it's not supposed to. The only thing that can help you now is to face the truth, to understand that the future is not some distant dream. It is not a place that will magically appear once you've processed all your pain, once you've been given enough time to heal, once the wounds have scabbed over. The future is now. It's right in front of you, waiting for you to reach out and take it. But you cannot take it if you keep holding on to what's already gone. You cannot seize the opportunities that are waiting for you if your hands are still gripping the past, still trying to bring it with you, still trying to make something dead breathe again. The longer you stay in this limbo, the more you lose. Every day you spend stuck in the past is another day you could have used to build something new. Every year you waste thinking that time will fix it, thinking that something will change, is a year you'll never get back. The past doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't owe you closure. It doesn't owe you understanding. And it certainly doesn't owe you redemption. The only thing the past owes you is the lesson it's already given you. And once you've learned that lesson, you need to walk away. You need to move on. If you don't, you'll end up with nothing. And I mean nothing. No future, no progress, no life. Just a shell of a person stuck in an endless loop of what ifs and maybes. It's time to realize that the past has no control over you unless you give it that power. You're not a prisoner of what's happened to you unless you allow yourself to be. The chains are only as tight as you allow them to be. You have the key. You have the strength to free yourself from this, but the first step is acknowledging that you cannot save what's already dead. You cannot go back and rewrite history. You cannot change the outcome. What you can do is change the way you live now. You can change the way you approach tomorrow, but only if you let go of the past, only if you stop trying to bring back what's already gone. There are so many people who spend their entire lives chasing the ghosts of their past. They live in the shadow of what could have been, of what should have been, of what they think they lost. They walk through life with their heads held low, as if the weight of everything they've lost is too heavy to bear. But the truth is, that weight isn't as heavy as they think it is. It's heavy because they refuse to put it down. It's heavy because they won't let go. It's heavy because they insist on carrying it around like a badge of honor, as if their pain somehow defines them, as if their loss somehow makes them special. But you are not special because of what you've lost. You're special because of what you can still create. You're special because you still have the power to change the narrative, to write the next chapter of your life. You are special because you have the ability to rise from the ashes of the past and forge something new. Do not let the dead control your future. Do not let the things that have passed, the people who have walked away, the dreams that have faded, dictate what you do with your time on this earth. The dead have no place in the present. The dead have no place in the future. Their time has come and gone. You are here now. You are alive, breathing, moving forward. Don't waste that gift. Don't squander the precious time you have left by holding on to what cannot return. The world is filled with new opportunities, new relationships, new dreams, but none of them will be yours if you're still stuck in the past. You're not defined by what you've lost. You're defined by what you're willing to do with what's left. And there is so much left. There is so much more for you to discover, so much more for you to accomplish, so much more for you to give to the world. But only if you let go of the past, only if you stop trying to drag it with you, only if you stop trying to save what's already dead. What's waiting for you on the other side of this is everything you've ever wanted, but you'll never reach it if you're still holding on to a life that's no longer yours. The future is not just something that will happen to you. The future is something you must create. It's something you have the power to shape. It's something you can mold into whatever you want it to be, but you can't do that if you're looking backward. You can't do that if you're still holding on to the remnants of something that no longer exists. The past has already had its time. It has already shaped you in ways that will last forever. But now it's time for you to shape yourself. Now it's time for you to take everything you've learned, everything you've experienced, and use it to fuel the next chapter of your life. You can still achieve greatness. You can still experience joy. You can still love, still grow, still create. But you can only do that if you release the past. You have to stop holding on to what's dead. You have to stop trying to resuscitate what's gone. And you have to stop waiting for a future that will never come if you keep living in the past. Your future is waiting for you, but it's not going to wait forever. The world is moving on. The clock is ticking. And the only way you can keep up is by moving forward. Let the past die. Let the dead rest. And step into the life that is waiting for you. It's your time now. But it's not going to wait forever. The past is gone. And no matter how hard you try, it will never return. You can't save what's already dead. The time has come for you to release it, to stop letting it control your future. You have the power to move forward, to create something new, to build the life you deserve. Don't waste another moment holding on to what's lost. Embrace the future that's waiting for you, because it's not going to wait forever. Let go, rise up, and make the most of the time you have left. The choice is yours. Make it count. You passed, not because the road was easy, not because the system was fair. You passed because something in you refused to shut down when everything around you told you to sit quietly and accept the limit. You crossed the line. They said you would never reach. You stood up when expectations tried to bend your spine. And now listen carefully. This moment right here is not a celebration. It is a warning. Because once you pass the first gate, the world stops clapping and starts revealing. And what it reveals is heavier than anything you trained for. Before I go deeper, let me ask you for something real, not forced, not robotic. If these words hit you somewhere inside, then stay with me. If this feels like it is speaking directly to the version of you nobody sees, then support this space, like this video, so it reaches the one sitting in silence. Subscribe, not for me, but for the future version of you that needs reminders like this. And comment your truth even if it is just one word. Because sometimes writing it down is the first act of rebellion. You passed, and that shocked them. They expected you to fail quietly. They expected you to disappear into the average, but you did not. And now the rules change. This is the part nobody prepares you for. When success stops feeling like relief and starts feeling like pressure. When every step forward exposes 10 new battles. When information starts dropping faster than you can process. Truths you were protected from before. Responsibilities you were never trained to carry. They are not attacking you. They are revealing the weight that comes with moving ahead. At the lower levels, life lies to you gently. It tells you if you work hard, things will be fine. It tells you if you pass the test, you are safe. It tells you growth is linear and fair. But once you pass a certain point, the lies stop. The curtain lifts. You start seeing how power moves, how systems protect themselves, how silence is bought, how truth is delayed, and how the cost of knowing is higher than the cost of ignorance. This is where many people freeze. They say, I did not sign up for this. I just wanted a better life. I just wanted stability. But growth does not ask what you wanted. It asks what you are willing to carry. Because every level comes with a new kind of weight. And the higher you go, the lonelier it gets. They are not dropping bombs to destroy you. They are dropping them to test if you are solid. Because knowledge hits like impact. Responsibility hits like gravity. And awareness hits like isolation. Once you see things, you cannot unsee them. Once you understand patterns, you cannot pretend you do not. And that is why comfort tries to pull you back. People will say you changed. What they really mean is you stopped shrinking. You stopped pretending not to notice. You stopped laughing at things that cost you your future. You stopped calling survival a dream. And that makes others uncomfortable, because your awareness exposes their avoidance. The world loves you when you are trying. The world fears you when you understand, because understanding creates independence, and independence cannot be controlled easily. That is why after you pass, they overwhelm you with noise, with opinions, with expectations, with pressure, with labels. They want you confused, not focused. This stage feels heavy because it is. You are carrying more than before, more truth, more responsibility, more self-awareness, more consequences, and less excuses. That is the trade, and no one tells you that the real test starts after you succeed. At first you think you are tired, but you are not tired. You are overloaded. Your mind is processing a reality bigger than the one you trained in. Your heart is adjusting to the fact that safety was an illusion. And your spirit is learning that strength is quiet and constant, not loud and dramatic. This is why discipline replaces motivation at this level, because motivation fades when reality hits, but discipline stays when emotions collapse. This is why routines start mattering, why boundaries start feeling necessary, why you cannot explain yourself to everyone anymore. You will feel misunderstood. That is normal. You will feel alone in rooms full of people. That is expected, because you are now operating on information they are not ready for. And readiness is not about intelligence. It is about willingness to face discomfort. Do not rush to explain what you see. Most people do not want truth. They want reassurance. They want confirmation that their comfort is safe. And when your existence questions that, they push back, not because you are wrong, but because you are early. Being early feels like being crazy. Being early feels like standing alone. Being early feels like doubt attacking you at night. But every shift in history started with someone feeling out of place. Right now, it feels like everything is coming at once. Lessons, losses, decisions, expectations, pressure. But this is compression, and compression creates strength. Diamonds are not formed in comfort. They are formed when pressure has nowhere else to go. Do not confuse intensity with danger. Intensity means you are being shaped. It means the old version of you cannot survive here. And that is painful, because we get attached to who we were, even when who we were could not take us where we are going. Let go without drama. Let go without announcements. Let go quietly and build loudly. You do not need permission to evolve. You do not need applause to continue, and you do not need to be understood to be effective. There will be moments when you wish you never knew this much, when ignorance looks peaceful, when simplicity looks attractive. But remember why you started, not for ease, but for truth, not for approval, but for freedom. This phase is teaching you discernment, who to listen to, who to walk away from, what deserves your energy, and what is just noise. This is not about becoming cold, it is about becoming precise. You are learning that not every opportunity is meant for you, not every battle is worth fighting, and not every voice deserves access to your mind. This is maturity, not bitterness. The bombs feel heavy because they carry reality. Reality about time, reality about money, reality about influence, reality about how fragile life actually is, and how limited your attention truly is. That awareness can either paralyze you or sharpen you. The difference is choice. You can panic at the way, or you can train under it. You can wish things were simpler, or you can become stronger. Do not waste this stage complaining. This is the stage that separates those who visited success from those who live there, because visiting feels exciting. Living feels demanding. You will have to outgrow habits, outgrow relationships, outgrow versions of yourself you once protected. And that hurts, but stagnation hurts longer. Remember this. You were not brought here by accident. You did not survive everything just to quit when it gets real. And you did not wake up with this awareness just to run from it. You are allowed to rest, but do not retreat. You are allowed to feel, but do not fold. You are allowed to question, but do not abandon yourself. This level requires silence, because clarity grows in quiet. This level requires patience, because timing matters more than speed. This level requires courage, because now the risks are visible. Do not let the weight make you reckless. Let it make you intentional. Move slower if you must, but move with purpose. Every truth you are learning is a tool. Every pressure is training. Every lonely night is preparation. You are being built for rooms you have not entered yet, and one day this phase will make sense. You will look back and realize this was the moment you stopped seeking validation, the moment you stopped chasing noise, the moment you decided to become solid. Until then, hold your line, protect your focus, guard your energy, and remember, passing was never the finish line. It was the invitation. They are dropping what you were not ready for before, because now you are, even if it does not feel like it yet. You are standing in the middle of a transition. Most people never survive mentally, not because they are weak, but because they refuse to accept that comfort is no longer the reward. At this level, clarity is the reward, and clarity can feel brutal. You are realizing that effort does not guarantee fairness, that doing the right thing does not always protect you, that progress sometimes isolates you before it elevates you, and this realization can shake your foundation, because it removes the fantasy and replaces it with responsibility. Responsibility to think for yourself, responsibility to act even when no one is cheering, responsibility to choose long-term strength over short-term relief. And that is exhausting when you are not used to carrying it. There will be days when you wake up and everything feels heavier than it should, not because something went wrong, but because your awareness expanded, your standards rose, and your tolerance for nonsense disappeared. You will notice how much energy the world wastes on arguments that go nowhere, on distractions that steal time, on drama that pretends to be important. And once you see that you cannot unsee it, this is when discipline becomes protection. It protects your time, your focus, your mental space. Because now you understand how limited these things are. You are no longer chasing everything. You are choosing carefully, and that makes you look distant to people who still confuse motion with progress. Some will test you, not intentionally, but unconsciously. They will push your boundaries to see if the old version of you still lives there. Do not argue. Do not explain. Just stay consistent. Consistency answers questions words never can. There will be moments when doubt creeps in quietly. It will ask if you are doing too much, if you are thinking too deeply, if you should just relax and be normal. But remember, normal never built anything meaningful. What you are experiencing is refinement. The unnecessary parts are falling away. The weak habits, the borrowed opinions, the need to be liked. All of it is being stripped, and stripping feels like loss. Even when it is making you lighter, you are learning that peace is not found in escape. It is found in alignment. When your actions match your values, when your time reflects your priorities, when your environment supports your growth, This alignment costs you convenience, but it gives you stability, real stability, the kind that does not collapse when circumstances change. You will start noticing patterns in people: who listens, who drains, who respects silence, who fears it. And you will stop forcing connections that require you to shrink. This does not make you heartless, it makes you honest. The higher you go, the less you explain, because explanation is often an attempt to be understood. And at this level, understanding yourself matters more. You will make mistakes here. That is part of it. But they will be different mistakes, smarter ones. Mistakes made while moving forward, not standing still. Do not punish yourself for learning in real time. Growth is not neat, it is adaptive. There will be pressure to rush, to prove, to show results. But remember, strong foundations are built slowly, and anything rushed eventually demands payment. This phase is teaching you restraint, the power of waiting, the strength of saying no, the confidence of not reacting. Silence becomes your advantage, because while others talk, you observe. While others rush, you prepare. While others chase you, position yourself. And positioning is invisible until it works. You may feel like you are behind, but you are not. You are building depth, and depth lasts longer than speed. Do not envy those who seem ahead without substance. Time exposes everything, especially shortcuts. What you are becoming requires patience. And patience is painful when you can see the vision clearly. But clarity without patience leads to destruction. You are learning to trust process over emotion, because emotions fluctuate, but process compounds. Some nights will feel quiet in a way that scares you. No noise, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. This is where strength is forged. Sit with it. Do not escape it, because clarity speaks softly. You are not lost. You are between versions, and that space always feels unstable. But instability is not danger. It is transition. Everything you are experiencing is evidence that you are moving forward, not backward. Even the confusion, even the pressure, even the loneliness, especially the loneliness, because isolation forces self-reliance, and self-reliance creates resilience. One day you will meet people who match this version of you, who understand without explanation, who respect your boundaries, who value your discipline. But first you must become stable enough to recognize them. Until then, focus on becoming undeniable, not loud, not flashy, but solid. Let your actions speak. Let your consistency build quietly. Let your growth be private. You are not late. You are not failing. You are not broken. You are being prepared. And preparation often feels like resistance because it stretches you beyond familiarity. Hold steady. Keep moving, even when progress feels invisible. Because one day, you will look back and realize this was the moment you stopped needing approval, stopped fearing pressure, and started trusting yourself. And when that happens, nothing, they drop, will shake you again. There will come a point where even motivation videos stop working, where words feel small compared to the weight you are carrying. And that is not a failure, that is graduation. Because motivation is for starting, identity is for continuing. And right now, your identity is being rewritten. You are learning that strength is not hype. It is not adrenaline. It is not loud confidence. Strength is waking up and doing what must be done. When nothing inside you feels excited, strength is choosing discipline. When emotions beg for comfort, strength is staying honest with yourself when lying would be easier. At this stage, you stop asking for permission, not out of arrogance, but out of clarity. You know what you need to do, and you understand that waiting for approval only delays your growth. You will notice that your circle gets quieter, not because people disappeared, but because alignment replaced noise-faced noise. You are no longer entertained by conversations that go nowhere. You are no longer energized by chaos. You crave structure, direction, meaning, and that craving is a signal. It means your mind is maturing faster than your environment. This is where patience becomes painful, because you can see 10 steps ahead, but you are only allowed to take one at a time, and each step feels slow. When the vision is clear, do not rush it. Rushing skips lessons, and skipped lessons return as problems. You are being taught how to hold power without being consumed by it, how to know more without becoming bitter, how to see flaws without losing hope. That balance is rare and it takes time. You will feel pressure to prove yourself, to show results, to validate the struggle. But remember, the strongest. Growth happens underground. Roots are invisible. Until the structure stands on its own, there will be moments when fear disguises itself as logic. It will say, wait longer. It will say, be safe. It will say, this is enough. But listen closely. Fear always wants you to stay where you are. Growth asks for movement. Even when the path is unclear, you are not reckless for wanting more. You are not ungrateful for seeing problems. You are not broken for feeling out of place. You are responding correctly to a reality that demands more of you. This stage removes illusions about people, about systems, about yourself. You start seeing where you overestimated others and underestimated yourself. That realization can sting because it forces accountability. You can no longer blame circumstances because now you see options, and choice comes with responsibility. This is where excuses lose their comfort, because you know better now, and knowing better means doing better. You will catch yourself thinking deeper, questioning narratives, analyzing patterns, and sometimes wishing you could turn it off. But awareness is not a switch, it is a doorway. Once you walk through, there is no going back, and that is okay, because ignorance never protected you. It only delayed growth. What you are feeling is the weight of becoming reliable, not to others, but to yourself. You are learning to trust your own judgment, your own pace, your own process. That trust is built through action, small, consistent actions, repeated when no one is watching. This is where integrity is forged, when your private actions match your public values, when you do the work, even when it feels unseen. You are being trained for long games, not quick wins. The world rewards noise, but it respects consistency. You may feel like your efforts are invisible, but invisibility is often protection. It gives you space to build without interference. Use it. There will be moments when comparison creeps in, when you look around and wonder why others seem ahead. But remember, you do not see their full story, and they do not see yours. Focus on depth, not speed. Depth sustains, speed burns out. You are learning to sit with discomfort, to let it teach you instead of fighting it. Discomfort is information. It shows you where growth is happening. Avoidance feels good, short-term, but it steals long-term strength. Face what needs facing slowly, honestly. You do not need to conquer everything at once. You need to remain consistent. Consistency compounds quietly, until one day it looks like overnight success. This phase will test your patience more than your ability, because ability is not the issue. Endurance is. Can you keep showing up when progress feels minimal? Can you keep choosing discipline when excitement fades? Can you keep believing in a future you cannot yet touch? That is the real test. You will learn to detach from outcomes and attach to process, because outcomes fluctuate, but process builds identity. Identity lasts. You are becoming someone who does not panic under pressure, someone who does not fold under uncertainty, someone who can hold complexity without collapsing. That takes time and pressure and solitude. Do not fear the quiet. It is shaping you. Do not fear the weight. It is strengthening you. Do not fear the unknown. It is expanding you. Every challenge you are facing now is proportional to who you are becoming, not who you were. You would not be here if you were not capable. And capability is often revealed only after doubt. Trust the work. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Even when it feels slow, even when it feels heavy. Because one day, without warning, you will realize you are no longer overwhelmed by what once scared you, and that is when you will understand this was never about surviving the pressure. It was about becoming the kind of person pressure cannot break. There will be a moment when you realize the pressure did not disappear. You just grew wider than it. What once felt like too much now feels manageable. Not because life softened, but because you hardened in the right places. This is how growth actually works, not by removing obstacles, but by expanding your capacity. You are learning how to think long-term, how to delay reactions, how to separate emotion from decision, and that skill alone will save you from years of regret. At this level, impulse becomes expensive. Every rushed decision costs more. Every careless word carries weight. Every distraction steals something valuable. So you slow down, not because you are unsure, but because you are precise. You start choosing your battles. Not everything deserves your response. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every opportunity deserves your time. This is wisdom forming, quietly without applause. You will notice that you speak less, but mean more. That your presence carries weight even in silence, that you no longer need to convince anyone, because your actions are consistent. Consistency creates trust, first within yourself, then in the world. You are building self-respect. And ladies and gentlemen, so they found their way back to the door. They once slammed shut, haven't they? Crawling back with regret, heavy in their hearts, hoping to slither past the damage they caused, hoping that your kindness will once again welcome them, hoping that your heart will be soft enough to forgive. But here's the cold truth that you must understand. They have no right to come crawling back. They had their chance and they squandered it. They chose to walk away when it was easy for them. They turned their backs when the world was still kind enough to offer them grace. They made a decision. They made a choice. They decided that whatever you were offering wasn't worth the effort. And now they come crawling back, but you must ask yourself why. Why are they here now? Why did they wait until they were broken? Until they had nothing left to offer? Until their lives crumbled into dust? They come now because they are empty. Because they've realized that the world outside was harsher than they thought. They come because they see in your eyes the compassion that they have drained, the care they took for granted, the love they abused. But hear me loud and clear. Your kindness is not a revolving door for those who discard you when it's convenient. It is not a welcome mat for those who only seek you out when they are in need, when they have nowhere else to turn. You were never a safety net for their recklessness. You were never a cushion for their disregard. They made their bed, now let them lie in it. They had their opportunity to be there for you, to fight beside you, to stand strong when things were hard. But they didn't. They weren't there when you needed them most. They didn't fight for you when your spirit was low, when your heart was breaking, when you were standing at the edge of the abyss. And now, when the tides have shifted, when the storm has passed, when they can no longer play the victim, they come crawling back. They come back to the one place they know will still harbor them. the one person who will still show them kindness even after they have shown none. But should you let them back in? Should you open the door that they slammed shut? The door they so carelessly walked away from when they felt it was no longer convenient for them? Let me tell you something. You are not a safety net. You are not a second chance waiting to be handed out to those who betrayed you. You are not a charity that gives and gives even when it's not appreciated. You are a force, a person of strength, and your heart is not something to be taken for granted. They walked away from you once. They left you to pick up the pieces of what was shattered. They chose to ignore you when you needed them, when you poured yourself out, when you gave everything you had, and they chose to go find something else. But now that they have nothing left, now that they are sitting in the dust of their own failure, they want to come crawling back. Do not allow it. They don't get to come back because they have nothing left to offer. They don't get to come back because they've learned a lesson. They don't get to come back because they regret their actions. They had their chance, and they wasted it. It is not your job to fix them, to heal the wounds they inflicted upon themselves. It is not your responsibility to clean up the mess they made of their own lives. They made the decision to walk away. They chose their path, and now it's time for you to choose yours. The truth is, they want to come back because they were too weak to survive without you. They thought they could stand on their own, but the foundation they built was weak and cracked. The empire they built out of your absence collapsed. But their fall is not your responsibility. It's not your job to pick up the pieces of their broken life. You don't owe them anything, not a single ounce of your time, your energy, or your heart. They have already used that up, and they used it recklessly. You know the value of what you offer. You know how rare your loyalty is, how deep your love runs, how steadfast your heart stands. You don't give those things freely, not to those who will only throw them away when it no longer serves them. You are not a well that they can come to when their own wells run dry. You are not a backup plan, not a contingency plan when their life falls apart. No, you are the plan. You are the one they should have fought for. You are the one they should have never let go. And if they didn't recognize that when it mattered, when you were offering them the best of you, then they don't deserve the best of you now. They thought they could walk away, and now they have to live with the consequences of that choice. Don't make it easy for them. Don't give them the escape they are looking for. Don't let them slither back into your life with empty words and promises that mean nothing. Words are cheap, promises are fleeting. Actions are what matter. And their actions spoke loud and clear when they turned their back on you. Their actions told you everything you needed to know. And now, you must act. You must act with strength, with dignity, with the knowledge that you are worth more than the scraps they are offering. There is a time for kindness, a time for second chances, but this is not that time. This is not a time for forgiveness, not for those who don't deserve it. Not for those who didn't value you when they had you. They had their time, they had their chance, but now it's your turn. It's your time to rise, to stand firm, to be strong in the face of their manipulation. They think you will welcome them with open arms, but you are smarter than that. You know their game. You know their tricks. You know that when they come crawling back, they are not offering you something genuine. They are offering you a temporary fix, a quick fix to their shattered ego. Don't fall for it. Don't let them back in. And when you close the door, when you lock it tight and throw away the key, don't look back. Don't second guess your decision. Don't wonder if you did the right thing. You did. You did the right thing. They had their chance. They chose to walk away. And now they must face the consequences of their actions. You are not a fool. You are not a martyr. You are not here to be used and discarded. You are here to build something better for yourself, to rise above the wreckage they left behind, to walk forward into the future you deserve. Let them stay out there, in the cold, in the space they created for themselves. Let them face the harshness of their own decisions. Let them suffer the consequences of taking you for granted. They will learn. They will feel the emptiness of their own choices, the loneliness that comes when you push away the one person who truly cared. And maybe, just maybe, they'll understand what they lost. But don't make the mistake of thinking they deserve your forgiveness. Don't make the mistake of believing they will change just because they've come crawling back. Their words are empty. Their regrets are hollow. Actions speak louder than words, and their actions were loud and clear when they walked away from you. They can crawl back, they can beg, they can plead, but you don't owe them a thing, not a single thing. So, close the door, let it slam behind them. Let the silence speak louder than any words they could offer. And as they stand on the other side, watching, waiting, hoping that you will open the door again, remember this: you are not their second chance. You are not their backup plan. You are the one who deserves to be cherished, to be fought for, to be loved with the same intensity and devotion you gave them. Don't let them take that from you. Don't let them back in. The door is closed, and it is not opening again. In conclusion, remember that your worth is not for sale. It is not up for grabs when someone finds themselves in need. Your loyalty, your love, your trust, they are rare and should be guarded fiercely. Don't let those who have already discarded you take advantage of your heart again. You are stronger, wiser, and more than capable of moving forward without them. Their time has passed. Let them live with the consequences. You owe them nothing. They are not worth your time, your energy, or your kindness anymore. And let that truth echo in every part of your being. Because as long as you keep looking back at them, as long as you keep entertaining the idea that they can waltz back into your life with no consequences, you are wasting precious time that could be better spent on your growth, your healing, and your future. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. So, every second you give to someone who has already proven they don't value you is a second you'll never recover. Don't let them come back and steal your time, your moments, your peace. You don't owe them anything. Not after they chose to walk away from you when you needed them most. Not after they tossed aside your love, your loyalty, and your trust like it was nothing. You see, people like that only come around when they realize they've lost something they can't replace. They thought they could do better, thought they could find someone else to fill the void, but now they're crawling back because they've learned the hard way that what they had with you was irreplaceable. What you gave them was invaluable, and now they realize that, but it's too late. The ship has sailed and you've moved on. And don't let anyone fool you into thinking that time can erase what they've done to you. The hurt, the betrayal, the abandonment, it doesn't simply disappear. It stays with you in the deepest parts of your soul, waiting for you to acknowledge it. The scars they left on your heart are not something to be forgotten or dismissed. Those scars are the evidence that you once allowed someone into your life, someone who didn't deserve the space you gave them. The next time they come crawling back, don't let them pretend as if time has healed everything. Don't let them rewrite history to suit their narrative. Time doesn't heal all wounds. It just makes you stronger in dealing with them. You don't heal by forgetting. You heal by growing, by learning, and by moving forward. But never at the expense of your own dignity. They had a chance to be there for you, to stand by you, to fight for you, and they chose not to. When life threw challenges your way, when you were struggling, When you were holding on by a thread, they chose to look the other way. They chose to be absent. They chose to be selfish. They didn't prioritize you, and now, when they have nowhere else to turn, when they've been through the fire and the pain, they come crawling back, hoping you will have pity on them. But don't fall for it. Don't let their pain, their loneliness, or their desperation manipulate you into opening that door again. The truth is, when they walked away from you, they walked away from everything you offered them. Your care, your support, your unwavering loyalty. They didn't just leave you behind. They left the best parts of themselves behind too. They didn't just lose you. They lost everything you represented. And now, they come back, expecting you to pick up the pieces of what they abandoned. But you've learned better. You've learned that you are not responsible for their emotional state. You are not their emotional crutch. You are not here to make their lives easier at the expense of your own peace. You are here to live for yourself, to protect yourself, and to build a future that is free from the toxicity of those who don't know how to appreciate you. Understand this. When they come crawling back, it's not because they've suddenly seen the error of their ways. It's not because they have a genuine desire to make amends. It's because they are uncomfortable with the life they created without you. They want you to believe that they've changed, that they've learned their lesson, that they are now worthy of your time and energy. But actions speak louder than words, and their actions in the past, when they abandoned you, when they chose themselves over you, have already shown you exactly who they are. People don't change overnight. They don't suddenly wake up and realize they've been wrong unless they're truly committed to doing the work. So ask yourself, are they committed to doing the work? Are they truly ready to show up for you in the way you showed up for them? Or is this just another round of empty promises, another round of manipulation? You know the answer. You know it deep down in your soul. They want back in because they've realized they cannot find another person like you. They cannot replicate the bond you shared, the trust you built, the loyalty you offered. And now, they are searching for a way to restore the comfort they lost, to get back what they took for granted. But do not let that deceive you. Don't allow their guilt, their regret, or their desperate pleas to convince you that they deserve another chance. They don't. They've already had their chance, and they squandered it. Their regret doesn't erase the hurt they caused. Their apologies, no matter how sincere they sound, don't undo the damage they did to your heart. And let's not forget, those words, those apologies, they only come when they realize they need something from you, when they had everything, when you were there for them, when you gave them your heart and your soul. They didn't think twice about discarding you, but now they want to come back because they are empty. They want to come back because they see the value in what they lost, and it's too late. When they come crawling back, you need to be stronger than your emotions. You need to remind yourself of your worth, your value, and the strength it took to get to this point. You have come so far. You've worked so hard to build the life you have now, to find peace, to heal, to move on. Don't let them come back and pull you into the past. Don't let them drag you back into a place where you have to relive the pain, the betrayal, and the heartache. You've moved on. You've outgrown them. And their return is nothing more than a reminder of how far you've come and how much stronger you are now. And here's the most important truth you need to internalize. They don't deserve your forgiveness unless they've shown you through their actions that they have truly changed. Don't let their words fool you. Don't fall for the manipulation. You have seen the worst of them. You've seen what they are capable of. And you've learned that love alone is not enough to sustain a relationship. Trust is needed. Respect is needed. Consistency is needed. These things can't be earned overnight. And they can't be demanded by someone who has already proven they don't know how to value you. If they truly respected you, they would have never left in the first place. If they truly cared for you, they would have never treated you like an option, like something they could walk away from without consequence. They come crawling back not because they want to fix what's broken, but because they want to fix their own brokenness at your expense. They are not seeking you for who you are. They are seeking you for what you can do for them. They want your kindness, your love, your forgiveness, because it makes them feel better about themselves. It gives them a way out of their own pain and regret. But that's not your problem. That's not your burden to carry. You are not their emotional savior. You are not here to repair their brokenness. You are here to protect your own heart, your own peace, and your own future. So when they come crawling back, remember this. You are worth more than their apologies. You are worth more than the hollow words they offer. You are worth more than the guilt they are trying to alleviate. You are worth more than the time they wasted. You are worth more than the heartbreak they caused. Don't let them take that from you. Don't let them diminish your worth by making you believe they are entitled to another chance. They are not. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. And you are ready to walk away from anyone who doesn't see your value. Don't let them take you back to a place where you were hurt, where you were neglected, where you were taken for granted. Close that door, lock it tight, and walk away with your head held high. You are not defined by the people who leave you behind. You are defined by your ability to rise above, to stand tall in the face of adversity, and to never settle for anything less than what you deserve. And remember, your peace is priceless. Your heart is precious. Don't ever let anyone treat it like something they can come back to when it's convenient for them. Don't accept them back when they come crawling after disappointment, because you deserve more. You deserve someone who will stay, someone who will fight for you, someone who will never leave. Hold out for that person. Hold out for the one who will never make you wonder if they're going to walk away. And never, ever let anyone make you feel like your worth is negotiable. It's not. You are enough. You are everything. And anyone who can't see that doesn't deserve you. Keep moving forward, because your best days are still ahead of you. And that is the truth. The truth you need to hear. The truth that needs to resonate deep within your bones. A truth that must become your mantra moving forward. You've been through enough already. You've given so much of yourself, so much of your time, so much of your energy to people who didn't even deserve a fraction of it. And it's time to stop pretending. Time to stop enabling those who only take from you without ever giving anything in return. You have been generous with your love, with your kindness, with your compassion. You have poured yourself out for others, believing that somehow, someday, they would reciprocate. They would appreciate the gift of your heart. But they didn't. They didn't honor you. They didn't recognize your worth. Not when it mattered. Not when you were there, standing by them, giving them everything you had. Now, they return. They return like vultures, circling overhead, seeking the scraps of what they once had. But this time, you are different. This time, you are no longer willing to entertain the idea that you owe them anything. This time, you understand the value of your own heart, your own soul, and you won't allow anyone to exploit that again. Their return is nothing more than an attempt to salvage their ego, to patch up their wounds at your expense. They come crawling back because they are desperate, because they have nowhere else to turn, because they have finally realized what they lost. But that realization is not enough. It's too little, too late. When they return, they might look at you with tear-filled eyes, with all the right words, with promises that seem sincere. They might beg for your forgiveness, tell you how much they've changed, how much they regret the pain they caused. But you have to see it for what it is. This is not about you, it's about them. It's about their brokenness, their desperation to fix something in themselves that they can't do alone. But they are not entitled to your healing. They are not entitled to your forgiveness just because they finally figured out they were wrong. Number, that is not how this works. They had their chance and they blew it. Now, you must show them, and most importantly, show yourself that you know your worth, that you will no longer allow yourself to be a stepping stone for someone else's growth. This is not about grudges. This is not about refusing to forgive for the sake of holding on to pain or bitterness. It's about recognizing that you cannot and should not carry the weight of their shortcomings anymore. They are not your responsibility. Their mistakes, their regrets, their failings, those are theirs to own. You can choose to move on, to heal, and to grow without ever looking back. Your healing does not depend on them, on whether they understand what they did to you or not. Your peace does not rely on their ability to apologize. Your peace is in your own hands, your own strength, and your own ability to let go. The more you cling to the hope that they will change, the more you allow them to control your emotional state. The more you wait for their apology, for their recognition, for their validation, the more you allow them to take up space in your mind and your heart. It's time to take back that space. It's time to reclaim what is rightfully yours. No one should have the power to disturb your peace. No one should be able to come into your life, disrupt your progress, and expect you to pick up the pieces of something that was never your responsibility to fix. They think they can just waltz back into your life as if the damage they caused was never a big deal. They think that time will erase the hurt, that your memories of them can be easily forgotten. But time doesn't erase hurt. It only gives you the strength to carry it. The pain they caused is still there, buried deep in your heart, and it won't just vanish because they've suddenly woken up to their own mistakes. You don't just forgive because it's expected. You forgive because you choose to, because you are ready to let go of the past and move forward. But that forgiveness is not a free pass. It is not a permission slip to come back into your life as if nothing ever happened. No, forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. It is for your peace, for your growth, for your future. And you are not obligated to give it to anyone who doesn't deserve it. So when they come crawling back, trying to slither past the damage they've caused, do not be fooled by their act. Do not be swayed by their false promises, their crocodile tears. You are not some charity to be called upon in their moment of need. You are not a convenience, a backup plan to be pulled out of the drawer when everything else fails. You are not a placeholder. You are a person of immense value, of immeasurable worth. And they should have known that when they had you, when they had your love, your trust, your loyalty. But they didn't. They threw it all away. And now, they want it back. But you have learned. You have grown. You have moved on. Do not let them use you to make themselves feel better about their mistakes. Do not let them use you to heal their own wounds. They are not entitled to your heart anymore. Not after everything they've done. And if they truly wanted to make things right, they would show you through their actions, not their words, that they are deserving of another chance. They would prove it to you day after day, through consistency, through respect, through genuine effort. But that is not what they are offering you. They are offering you empty words, promises they have no intention of keeping, hoping that you will be foolish enough to let them in again. But you are not a fool. You are stronger than that. You know your worth. You know what you deserve. And it is not them. They come crawling back because they are looking for a quick fix, a way to ease the discomfort of their own guilt, their own regret. But you don't exist to fix their problems. You don't exist to be the salve for their wounds. You are not a balm for their brokenness. You are not a tool to make them feel better about themselves. You are a person with your own needs, your own desires, your own dreams. And you have the right to protect those things, to preserve your own peace, to guard your heart from those who would only seek to exploit it for their own gain. You have already given them enough. You have already invested too much of yourself, and it's time to stop. It's time to stop letting them come into your life when it's convenient for them. It's time to stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Time to stop hoping they will change. Time to stop waiting for them to realize the mistake they made. They've had their time. They've had their opportunity. And now, it's your turn. It's your time to shine, to live freely, to move forward without the weight of their past actions holding you back. And in that process of moving forward, in that process of letting them go, you will discover something beautiful. You will discover how powerful you truly are, how much you are capable of when you stop allowing others to dictate your worth. You will discover that you are enough, just as you are, without anyone's approval, without anyone's validation, without anyone's presence. You will discover that the life you've always wanted is within your grasp, but it requires you to leave behind the people who didn't appreciate you, the ones who couldn't see the value in you when it mattered. So, when they come crawling back, don't let them. Don't open that door. Don't give them another chance to break your heart. Stand firm in your decision to protect yourself. Stand firm in your decision to move forward, because you are worth more than their empty apologies. You are worth more than their regret. You are worth more than their attempts to make amends when the damage is already done. You are enough. You are worthy of love, of respect, of loyalty. And anyone who can't see that, anyone who can't honor it, doesn't deserve to be in your life. Let them stay on the other side of the door. Let them face the consequences of their actions. Let them learn the hard way that the people they discard are not disposable. You have already moved on. You have already let go, and you will never let them back in. In conclusion, the truth is simple. Your worth is not up for negotiation. You are not a second option, not a temporary solution, and certainly not someone to be discarded when things get difficult. When people walk away, when they abandon you in your lowest moments, they show you exactly who they are. And when they come crawling back, they are often seeking to fix their own brokenness, not to truly right the wrongs they've done to you. You owe them nothing. You owe yourself everything. You've learned the hard way that true love, true respect, and true loyalty come from those who consistently show up, not those who only return when they need something. You are not here to fix others, to pick up the pieces of their mistakes, or to wait for them to realize your value. You know your value now, and it is not something to be given away lightly. Don't let anyone steal your peace. Don't let anyone who has already hurt you have a chance to hurt you again. Walk away, close that door, and keep moving forward. Your future is bright, and you are worthy of a life filled with love, respect, and peace, without the ghosts of the past haunting your steps. You are enough, and anyone who cannot see that is not worth your time. Keep moving forward. Keep building the life you deserve. The best is yet to come, and it will come when you let go of the past and never allow anyone to come crawling back into your life who does not truly deserve to be there.